Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, first of all, welcome. I'm Wesley and I make random things in Planet Zoo. Okay, now we have that out of the way. Today we are starting on the Malagasy house. That's the name I gave it. If you have any better ideas, let me know. Maybe I can think about changing that name, but okay. So today, as you might have seen in the thumbnail, we are going to build for the crocodiles Sifaka. It's one of, I think, 4 or 5 species of Sifaka that live on Madagascar, as all Sifakas do. The title was Jumping Monkey, but that's not totally correct, because Sifakas are, as lemurs, not seen as monkeys. They are seen as a different class, so the title Jumping Monkeys isn't 100% correct, but I thought it was a funny name, so we are rolling with it. Okay, so here we are building the entrance. In this episode we are going to build an indoor habitat for the crocodile Sifaka, as I have already told you. But we will also be building the indoor enclosure of the fossa we built last time around. As you may have noticed, this episode is not the next Monday after the episode. No, I did not abandon this project. I have done it for personal reasons. Weekly uploads were almost impossible with my school schedule and my personal life. So I was in a Discord call in Gunters Discord with Gunter himself, and he told me. I told him I'm doing weekly videos, and he said, but I'm thinking about doing them less often. And he told me that he also does a similar thing. He does two uploads a month and one stream. So yeah, I'm probably not going to stream anytime soon. Maybe someday, but not right now. But I will try to get 2 videos out a month, and if I feel the motivation to do so, maybe even more. So here we are building back to the build. Here we are building the shell for the indoor enclosure of the fossa. This enclosure is pretty sizable, the indoor enclosure. I think it's half the size of the outdoor enclosure, or maybe a bit more, but yeah, overall it's pretty sizable. These walls, I like this color. I found it while randomly spinning the wheel, the color wheels, the color gradient wheel, and I got this, and I have since used it in a lot of my builds. As you can see, last time there was also a request to add rocks along the edge of the water, and as you might have seen in the last few shots, there were some rocks there now. So yeah, I can't remember who it was, but I thank the person who left that comment. So as you see here, we are putting in a secondary wall with the Indonesian bricks. This is the first time I am using the Indonesian pieces for a really tropical build. So yeah, here you might have seen a little stop. That was not something that was not planned. I don't know. I think I left my PC running while I was doing something else during the recording, so that's totally on me. Sorry for that. But yeah, I'm using the Indonesian pieces to build a tropical temple. I wouldn't call it a temple right now. I'd like to call it more of yeah, how am I gonna call, how do I say this, it's not, it's a mansion, but for, like, it's not a temple, it's just a house, a tropical house in a tropical environment. And now in Madagascar, of course. Yeah. So while I'm building that, I want to let you know that we have decided on a name for our zoo director. I asked you last week what for names for the zoo director, and Gunter Gaming, an amazing YouTuber. I will link his account in the description of this video if I remember to. He came up with a wonderful suggestion of Sir Robert Danforth. I am not sure if I pronounced that correctly, but yeah. So we have a statue in front of the wild water buffalo enclosure from the set of that Drake made. So yeah, that's what that's how we add some engagement. So you guys also have some saying in what we're adding to the zoo. So I am right now building the tile floor. I am not 100% sold on how it came out. I think it looks fine for what it's supposed to do. I don't think it looks amazing or horrible. And as of right now, you maybe think that it's a little bit like all those rocks. It's gonna hurt the feet of the fossa, but later on we will add mulch, so it's not that hard. Here we are adding a little thatch roof. This will later be changed out for something thinner. Right here I'm doing that, yeah, because it was way too thick and I found a thinner piece. So that's here adding a ladder, so the fossa could theoretically get up there. They cannot in game, but in real life they would 100% be able to go up there and have a little perch and watch the rest. So here we are adding that mulch, as I said. First tried to do it like under the tiles, but didn't work out. So I did a few patches of this mulch around, and later I will also be blending that in with some decals. So yeah. So yeah, that's very here we are doing that. The color matching of the mulch with I find very hard to color match something. I think it turned out okay, but in the shade you don't see it that much, but in the sun it's really obnoxious, and I little overboard. It doesn't look that clean, that good anymore. I'm not 100% sold on it, how it looks like now, but later when you add foliage over it, it's turned out okay-ish. So it was a huge trust the process on this little thing. Added some other dirt patches just with the decals. So I think here we are adding a climbing frame with a natural log and a little wooden platform on there. I think I added I added this little bridge. I like the bridge. It's really cute, I think, but it's sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work in your exhibit. I always like it when it does, because I think it's really cute how it's just like a little bridge you would use on I would have this in like a playground when I was a kid, when I was younger, like 7 or 8. I think I had that bridge from one tree to another. I really have good memories with that, other than falling and nearly breaking my arm, but yeah. Here we are adding buffalo grass and some cabbage trees. The cabbage trees are from Oceania, but as long as you make your exhibit look tropical, I don't think it really matters what continent here stems from. I don't really like the elephant ear, but it's a tropical plant and that's always matters. Here's some Cantia palms and some leaf litter to blend the dirt even more in. I also added some on the birch there. Then here we are starting on the Crocodile's Sifaka exhibit. We are starting with some flower beds. If you turn them around, you really get this like cool mulch design. It's not a wet mulch, it's like this dry mulch you would see in a classic indoor exhibit. This is not at all classic, it's just an indoor exhibit. But you get what I mean. It's really good for indoor enclosures, and I highly suggest if you build something like this, you use this. So here we are laying it in two patches of it. It's connected at the back. It's not entirely covered. The reason for that is the first reason is that I don't want to like cover the glass, and I wanted it to be that level. Second of all, we now can have some little cliffs. They were at the beginning in my mind a little bit inspired by the sea cliffs, but I later just went for like some regular cliffs first, and I took for the rocks, faux rock wall, I used Caesar Creates little his pack. So yeah, I cut out a little piece because the original was way too big. I don't know why it's so hard to select these. Maybe it's maybe with the hitboxes and stuff, but it was really hard to select them all at once. So yeah, that was pretty frustrating. But it's I think they really look like fake, but I think that's the aesthetic you want for a habitat like this. So yeah, this little piece is going to be water. I have made the cliffs have many like edges, so they could they would be able to get out of the water if they fall in, and it's also not that deep. I am maybe thinking of adding some Malagasy fish in there. So if you've any suggestions on what kind of fish you want in there, or if you say you're saying no, definitely no fishes because like the monkeys or they don't like go very well in there, then also let me know. I am not a wildlife expert. I am just someone who likes to build zoos. Yeah, I was able to delete the fence because of Freebuild. That's the mod that I use. I have also told you this in the first episode of the series, but yeah, it really works wonders. It's a must-have for me. I cannot play vanilla anymore. So here I'm adding a few African log pieces. That's what it's called. And you can and I use them I will later on hang ropes between them. And that's the climbing frame for inside. Here I am going to use my rope. I highly suggest you use the custom filters for rope pieces, because there's not a lot of rope pieces in the game. If you search rope, you will find a lot of other things, so it really helps with like the overall searching and finding of these. So I also, for a little bit of realism, added these like knots on the branches, so it looks like they're tied to a branch. That adds to the realism, of course. So yeah, I think this is a fairly decent size good size for an indoor habitat for Sifakas. It's definitely only the indoor enclosure. They will get monkey islands on the other side of the path that you're seeing there. So yeah, in this episode we're only doing the indoor habitats. The next episode will be outdoor habitat, and the indoor habitat 2 outdoor habitats, I think. One for the Sifaka and the other one for the species that we are also going to build the indoor habitat of next time around. So yeah, here we are doing the foliage, some bracken and some temperate plants I started with, and then started adding the cabbage trees and saltwood bushes, and of course the of course the periwinkle. So yeah, that's I really like to use many different types of and biomes of the plants because they really all go together. Here we had some leaves in the little canyon part. There will later also be enrichment box for it. So yeah, I'm going. Here we have the cinematics rolling. So bye.